It's the week of Halloween. I hope all of you with party plans stay safe and you have fun. Halloween falls on a Friday this year, and Mercury will have just ingressed into Sagittarius, so I know some of you are about to get a little rowdy. More on Mercury and Sagittarius in a minute, but first, in the spirit of Halloween, I wanted to tell short horror stories for each of the zodiac signs. So here we go. Aries, a slow walker in front of you with no way around. Taurus, the website you're shopping on crashes, empties your cart, and now the product is sold out. Gemini, someone keeps talking over you and they don't actually understand the subject as well as you do. Cancer, a new person is added to the friend group and no one realizes how toxic they are but you. Leo, someone else gets appointed leader, but everyone still comes to you for direction and you get none of the credit. Virgo, you let someone else help, but they actually created more work for you. Libra, you were just trying to be nice and now you're roped into a social obligation with no way out. Scorpio, not hearing what someone said under their breath and them refusing to repeat it. Sagittarius, no one laughs, not even a little. Capricorn, having to sit with your own thoughts. Aquarius, the conspiracy theory you've based 25% of your personality around gets fully debunked. Pisces, reality. Now that you're thoroughly scared, on to this week's forecast. We start the week off by riding the last few waves of the weekend water trine. Mars is going to be creating stronger energy with both Jupiter and Saturn as the week goes on, peaking around the middle of the week. Mercury is leaving the water trine situation because it's ingressing into Sagittarius on Wednesday, and again, more on that in a minute. I want to talk more about this water trine. This water trine action between Saturn and Jupiter is literally just that. It's action. Mars takes action and makes moves, and both Jupiter and Saturn are primed to influence this energy and be influenced by it. We have to know when to speed up and when to slow down. We need to know when to expand, when to put limitations on things. This is going to be especially true within all the water houses and what areas of life they pertain to for you personally. Last week, I focused my weekly horoscopes more on Neptune's haze and its ingression back into Pisces and how that was going to impact us. But this week, I go into the water trine situation a little more. So sign up for patron content if you're wanting a deeper, more personalized look. Emotional and intuitive action is definitely going to reign supreme early on in the week since all this energy is residing within water placements. I think I may have mentioned this last week, but until Mercury leaves Scorpio, there are 5 of the 7 traditional planets in water signs. We're really dealing with intense, watery energy right now, so listening to our emotions and connecting with our inner wisdom is a big deal. We can't exactly fight the astro weather at hand, so if emotions and intuition, if they aren't your strongest attributes, then you might be uncomfortable until some of this energy shifts. You might not exactly know how to take action or how to work with it, but it's going to shift. It's not going to stay this way forever. Don't worry. Again, this watery, intuitive, emotional standpoint is going to mainly pertain to the water houses, so really focus on that type of action within those areas of your life. Dig deeper, get more serious, and continue to push yourself to grow. Come Wednesday, the water gang loses Mercury because it ingresses into its place of detrimental dignity, Sagittarius. Mercury and Sagittarius, it's a trip. This is my natal placement, and I can say that it definitely increases the affinity for talking and the love of a good story. Tall tales and running your mouth aimlessly is the Mercurial Sagittarian way. I've made a whole career out of running my mouth aimlessly, if you can't tell. And while that sounds cool, Mercury being in detriment means that communication is going to get a little messy. It's not the end of the world. I always tell people detrimental or fallen placements are not the end of the world. The planet just has to act in a way that it normally wouldn't. Mercury is domiciled in Virgo and Gemini. It likes details. It likes organization. It thrives off of those things. Mercury has detrimental dignity in Sagittarius and Pisces, which are not known to be the most organized and optimized signs. They do things their own way, and they get it done, but not exactly in the way that Mercury would. So Mercury has to adapt and act a little different and do things in a way it's not comfortable with. So while communication will get messy, it's going to be all right. It won't stall. Communication isn't going to stall out until Mercury stations retrograde in a few weeks. We are in a Mercury retrograde shadow period, so there is that. But communication and the mental world in general is going to be more chaotic than it is going to be stalled or slow. Sagittarius moves fast. It likes to go fast. It's a fire sign. It flits from thing to thing. Mutable fire doesn't stall out. It just keeps going. So tangents, Freudian slips, and foot and mouth disease, all of these things are also the Mercurial Sagittarian way. It will be fun. If nothing else, you're going to have fun with this transit until you say the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person. Then it's a little less fun, but you'll just keep talking. And that's the good thing about Mercury and Sagittarius, is it just keeps talking through the pain. Mercury's fallen dignity is going to be compounded by an immediate opposition with Uranus as soon as it ingresses. There's also a sextile with Pluto that happens shortly after that as well. It's really giving, I don't care who hears me. It's the truth, and the truth is powerful, so I'm going to speak it. And here's some unsolicited advice from a Sagittarius Mercury and stellium. There's the truth, and then there's the helpful truth. As you're navigating this desire to be a champion of the truth and reveal all the information you dug up while Mercury was in Scorpio, remember that there is a difference between the truth and the helpful truth. You don't always need to scream the truth from the mountaintops. If what you're going to reveal doesn't help yourself or anyone involved, just zip it, let it be. If what you want to say somehow does further a narrative or could be of real use, and not just for entertainment purposes, then let it fly. Sometimes when Mercury is in Sagittarius, we forget to apply Jupiterian wisdom when sending the message. We just say, fuck it, full send, go. And that's not always really the best thing. What you want to say may be the truth. It may very well be highly factual in nature, but it doesn't always need to be proclaimed. Trust me. From the time that Mercury ingresses into Sagittarius to the end of the week, there's a good potential for us to get into a little trouble, get a little rowdy. All those emotions brewing from that water trine, and then the loose lips of Mercury can create a messy cocktail of saying something out loud that was better left as a fleeting feeling. Our minds in general may also be a little scattered until we get used to the Sagittarian mindset, until we get it under control. If that's something you can even control. That's not exactly a quality associated with Sagittarius, but we'll do our best. Another reason I have a suspicion that this might be a volatile combination is because Jupiter is sitting in a strong square with Chiron throughout the entire week. Jupiter is also going to station retrograde in a couple weeks, so that's why it's stalling out at around 24 degrees. So it's going to be sitting in that strong square with Chiron for a good long while. It's like we're going to be feeling these big emotions, and at some point, we might just say the thing that feels really good to say or that needs to be said, but we say it in a way that causes more damage or it just comes out plain wrong. Mercury leaving Scorpio is taking away some of our emotional intelligence, especially because Mercury leaves that water trine group. Mercury was part of that group, and that water trine, it was flowing. It's like, okay, I understand. This is great. Woo, I can speak my mind. I know when to say things and when not to say things. And then Mercury ingresses into Sagittarius, into its place of detriment, and it leaves that water trine group. And it's like, oh no, I feel angry. I feel hurt. I'm going to say the thing. Again, it's not the end of the world, but we are going to be feeling big emotions, and we might not exactly know how to bring them up or have the right words to express ourselves accurately. By the very end of the week, Venus also begins making an aspect with Chiron, and it's an opposition nonetheless. So there's more intense friction with another benefic. Topics around relationships, connecting with others, those are going to likely come up as a result. So don't try to force anything with your healing of the wounds that pertain to Chiron and Aries. New facets of the wound are going to come up based on these dynamic aspects with the benefics. So you need to look at the realms of Cancer, where Jupiter is, and Libra, where Venus is, in order to figure out what the new facets of the wound are and take action accordingly. Patrons, you'll get the rundown of that in your horoscopes, so don't stress about figuring it out for yourself. I got you. Have a great Halloween. Do something fun. Don't let Mercury's affinity for mischief while in Sagittarius take over and cause you to bite off more than you can chew. But if you do end up getting into something crazy, at least tell us about it. I love a good story. Thank you for tuning into this week's forecast. If you want a more detailed look at what this week's astro weather holds for you personally, go to my website, moonmattersastrology.com, and sign up to receive my zine. You can also find me on Patreon by searching for Moon Matters. The best way to keep up to date with my work or to book a reading with me is to sign up for my mailing list on my website. I'll meet you back here next week. But until next time, later days.